evening, Alpha Nerds. How you doing tonight? I'm your host, George, here with my co-host, Daniel. Daniel, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you doing tonight?
Doing all right.
Good.
All right. So what have you been watching, playing, reading, etc.?
Well, still playing some Fallout 76 sometimes. Smash, definitely some Super Smash Bros. Obviously, Sea of Thieves, playing some of that. That was a good time. Still checking out that Warframe on Switch. It plays pretty well.
Warframe's a great game.
Yeah, and it actually is really well done on the Switch too. It plays very well. And then still playing some of that Ashen on Game Pass. And right now, the big thing I'm watching, I'm going through some of the Marvel movies, watching them before Endgame comes out here in a few months.
Right on.
Yeah, love Marvel.
Sorry, my cat just jumped in front of my screen. Yeah, I've been playing Sea of Thieves. I really like it. I think it's a very underrated game. I don't know the last time I had this much fun in a co-op multiplayer co-op online game. I just over last week I finished up played through all of Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and by all of it I mean I didn't do any most of the extra silly collections, but
just did the main story
for the most part. Yeah. Over the weekend I also played the Spider-Man expansion, The City That Never Sleeps, all three parts of that.
Nice.
Got 100% on all three of them. It was really good. Can't wait for the sequel because there's going to be one.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of Tetris Effect because I'd heard a lot about it. I've got it, and I played in the VR, and the visuals were cool, but it's Tetris. It's not really...
Okay. It's nothing too special compared to playing previous ones.
No, they didn't. I mean, there's some cool effects with the bricks as the music changes. You get a certain number of lines in each stage. The music will change, and the style of the bricks will change, and that's cool. But it's Tetris. I mean, honestly, I would have been just as happy with a port of the original one on NES on the Switch for $5. Like that would have done it for me as well. So
yeah, I gotta love the old games like that. I mean, Tetris was fun. It's not one that I could sit and play for hours. Well, I could if I'm doing something else at the same time, but that's about it. But yeah, I did actually finally break down and just got Red Dead Redemption 2. So,
nice.
Yeah, I got that done. Well, have it paused downloading right now.
Nice. Yeah, someone says they like your shirt. At least I assume it's yours, unless they're talking about my plaid.
Yeah, the Skillet, one of my favorite bands of all time. I've seen them in concert like 4 times now.
Right on.
Awesome rock.
Right on. Yeah, and I've been, because I'm playing Sea of Thieves, prompted me to start watching the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and I was watching the first one, and, Netflix pulled it down, so I didn't finish it.
Oh, no.
I went to the movies twice over the weekend. I saw Bumblebee and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, both of them on Saturday, actually. They're both really good. Both really good. Spider-Man was one of the better Spider-Man movies I've seen.
It's really?
Oh yeah, it's really cool.
I saw the big trailer for it and all that. And it looks interesting. I don't know if I can get into the style of it. It looks cool, but I don't know. I don't know if it's quite my thing. Yeah,
there was something when I was watching, I was like, did I go into a 3D showing? Because the background looked like it should be in 3D, and it was just the style. But Nicolas Cage does the voice of Spider-Man Noir, which is pretty cool because he's a big comic book nerd. And so yeah, this year he's done Superman and Spider-Man because he was Superman in one of the games. I think it was the Lego DC Villains.
Oh, really?
There's something, but yeah. So
that's pretty fun.
Getting around the comic book world this year, Mr. Cage.
Yeah.
And I watched the first season of Narcos Mexico on Netflix. It was a pretty good show.
Never checked those out.
They're pretty good dramas. It's really interesting. It's about the drug war.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's well made. So
nice.
I had the week off, so I had a lot of extra time on my hands to watch things and go to movies.
Yeah, I did finally finish up all the seasons of NCIS on Netflix, and my DVR screwed up, so I had it recording the new episodes, but something happened and the first like 3 of the new season got deleted.
You
So
should
it's
see.
like
You should see if they're on Hulu.
I don't have Hulu.
You can sign up usually for like a free week trial.
I've already done it.
Make a new email address. Anyways.
Well, that's we didn't say that on here. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, let's get into our main topic. Tonight we're going to
Absolutely.
talk about a bunch of games that are coming out this year because 2019 is jam-packed.
Oh yeah. And that's just so far what we know of.
Yeah, and a lot of them are in the first 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we're going to get started with Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown. No, I think I played an Ace Combat on the original PlayStation 1. It's a fighter pilot game.
Right.
It looks awesome. What makes this one interesting is it's got PSVR compatibility.
That could be really cool.
Or it could be nauseating too.
Right,
yeah,
right. I tell you what, it was one of the old computers, like a 486 or whatever. I can't remember that. Like, I mean, we're talking. This was before any type of, Intel graphics or anything like that. We're talking DOS, and I had one pilot, sim type of game on it, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. It was great. It was awesome, but ever since then, I just couldn't get into them. I don't know. Yeah. If I bought like the controllers, like the joystick and everything like that, I bet you I would love them. Especially something like that. It looks great, but I don't want just a regular controller to do it. I want to feel like I'm there.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out the controls setup for the VR, because if it uses the motion controls and you've got one as your throttle and one as to steer, that could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it's on my radar, and I may check it out. We'll see. Next up, we got Travis Strikes Again, the No More Heroes, the much anticipated No More Heroes sequel. Well, I think it's the third one in the series now. That's a Nintendo Switch exclusive coming out 16 days from now. So
yeah, I haven't played any of the original or any of the previous ones, but definitely looks interesting.
Yeah, neither have I. What I like about this one is they've got, I think, 8 different video games in it. So you're basically like, one of them is a beat 'em up, one of them's a racer, and it's Travis going through all these different video games, and they're in different styles. So that seems pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, that idea. This is probably one I'll check out here.
Definitely one.
Go ahead.
I was about to say one you're definitely checking out because we've talked about it.
Oh yeah, this is one of the most anticipated games for a lot of people this year. Resident Evil 2 Remake. That comes out on the 25th. That game looks awesome. I cannot wait.
It does look really good. And you know me, I'm not a huge fan of survival horror style, but it looks really good. And obviously it's got more of the shooter, actual fighting elements to it. So definitely one I could see myself getting. Yeah,
they're using the same engine they used. They call it the RE engine, I believe. That they used in Resident Evil 7. So no more tank controls from the original. So that'll be interesting, because when I remember playing on the PlayStation 1, that was the biggest drawback I had, is the controls were kind of squirrely. This one looks like it's going to be a standard FPS. So
that's cool.
Next up, we got Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out on the 29th of this month. There's a lot of people that are excited about this. I think the idea looks cool. I never played the other 2 more than maybe an hour, so I don't know if I were to get into it, if I'd have to go back and play them, or if I could just start fresh. But it seems pretty cool.
It definitely looks like it could be fun, but yeah, I have never played any of the other 2. I don't know. It's like I just kind of skipped over that whole time frame, but yeah, it's definitely one that people have been waiting for, literally screaming for. At people is like, come on, when's it coming out? When's it coming out?
It's been in development like 8 years or something like that.
Right, and they announced it. I mean, I couldn't even tell you. It was like E3, like 5 years ago or something, when they showed the first trailer or something like that. And it's like it just kept getting pushed back and all that.
Yep. Why don't you talk about the next one? Because we were talking about this before we went on the air, and this is one that
Yeah.
you're interested in.
Very much so. That Jump Force. Now, these were, from my understanding, I didn't know anything about the previous ones. I believe they were primarily released in Japan. I don't know the other releases or whatever, but they are basically anime characters in a all-out brawl. So you can pick your characters. It's almost the way I see it. It's kind of like Super Smash Brothers for anime, but with instead of being just a 2D fighter, it's a 3D all-out brawl type in the streets and stuff. And it looks really cool. They got like Naruto, Dragon Ball, and many others. Death Note, I believe they have in there. It definitely looks really cool. I think it could be a lot of fun. So definitely one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, all you anime fans out there, I'm sure, have got an eye on that one.
And you know what's funny? Honestly, I'm not like a huge anime fan, but I love Dragon Ball. Like I'm a big fan of the big Dragon Ball series. So
I've seen Dragon Ball, but that's like when I'm at a friend's house and their brother has it on type thing. I've never actually gone out of my way to watch anime.
yeah,
Ever.
yeah.
So-
I've watched some others like Bleach and a couple others, but I never got huge into anime.
Yeah, and it's not that I'm anti-cartoon. I love Metalocalypse and used to
Mhm.
watch Archer. There's a bunch of them that I like, Bob's Burgers, but anyways.
That's not anime.
Well, it's animated though.
Yes, it is animated.
Next up, coming out that same day as Jump Force is Crackdown 3. The one Microsoft, everyone's been waiting on for a couple years now. This game looks awesome. I know a bunch of us just got Game Pass from the guild here recently, so it's going to be on Game Pass on February 15th. So everyone should be playing that. It's going to be.
It is coming direct to Game Pass.
Yep, all the Microsoft first-party games are day one Game Pass.
That's right, and the original Crackdown is on there as well currently.
Is it?
Yeah,
I know it was free for anyone on Xbox last month. But,
yeah, they put it on Game Pass, so
Okay.
yeah, definitely check that out.
Yeah, it looks cool. It should be a good time. The week after that, we got Anthem, the massive, epic game that is coming out from BioWare. That's multiplayer co-op, and looks like Iron Man meets Destiny. So that should be cool. That's going to be on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC.
Real quick, want to say we just just saw right now there are no plans to do English audio for Jump Force. It's just Japanese, and the Death Note characters are unplayable. They're just going to be like enemies or something. But that sucks about the no English.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't do it. I know I can't stand dubbed or I can't stand subtitles. I hate them. So I don't know.
For me, for a lot of games, I play where if there is dialogue, it's just gibberish. Like Animal Crossing, Faye was the same type thing. So for me, I guess it depends on the game, how story driven it is.
True, and that's one thing. I doubt it has much of a story. But as far as Anthem goes, as far as Anthem goes, that's one. I'm still kind of hurt with EA, so I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah,
it is not one I'm going to buy at launch. I'll wait. For one thing, I'm sure there will be plenty of bugs and everything. Let it die down. Maybe get it on sale and check it out. Depending on how good the reviews are.
Yep. And also on the 15th of February, we've got Metro Exodus, the third installment in the Metro series. I played the first one on Xbox 360. I have them both on Xbox One, actually. And one thing I really liked about them is that these games, they take place in the Metro in Moscow.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there 14 years ago, starting this weekend, actually. It'll be the 14th anniversary when I went there for a couple weeks. What I liked that the game got right is each of the Metro stations has its own art style.
Okay.
So they're all, one is unique from the next. and they really captured that with this. That we're talking the sculptures and stuff like that in the Metro games, and I appreciated that. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and the bit I played, I have the Redux and all that. It's pretty cool. I definitely enjoyed it, but it wasn't one that really sucked me in that well.
Yeah, it was a little more linear than I was hoping for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely, like, Exodus definitely looks like it could be really good. And it's one I'd love to have a chance just to try it out and see. And that's one I could definitely see myself buying at some point. Absolutely.
Yeah. Next up on our list, you want to take this one? This is your wheelhouse.
Absolutely, yeah. I've played all the previous ones. Devil May Cry 5 coming out on March 8th for PS4 and Xbox and PC. Yeah, just love the series. I remember getting the original Devil May Cry on my PlayStation 2 back in, what was that, 2001, 2002, right around there. It was right after I joined the army and all that. And I played so many hours on that game. And then, they came out with they had 3 more regular ones from the numbered series, and then they did the DMC. That was kind of an offshoot almost, and even it was really good. It wasn't comparable to the numbered series in my opinion, but still good. But yeah, I got to play the demo, which is still on Xbox right now, as far as I know. You can still get download the demo for Devil May Cry 5, and it gives you a nice little intro into it. I played through it. I mean, it took me maybe 10-15 minutes to play the demo, but it was still, as soon as I started playing, it was like, this is what I've been wanting. And the Devil May Cry series, it is awesome. So definitely, I'll be pre-ordering that one.
Right on. Cool. And then next up, we got Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. This is from the team From Software. They made the Bloodborne and Dark Souls games. It looks kind of like one of them, but with a grappling hook and in feudal Japan.
Right, you're a samurai. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a similar gameplay style as those. So, I mean, yeah, that one could be good.
It definitely looked interesting. Kind of made me think of the For Honor.
Yeah, or when I saw it, I thought of Tenchu's Stealth Assassins.
I never tried it.
Original PlayStation and PlayStation 2.
Oh, the original Tenchu.
Yeah, because you had a grappling hook in those, I believe.
Okay. Oh man, it's been so many years. Yeah, I did play Tenchu. So yeah, that I could see that. I'm trying to picture. Man, been a long time. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. And then we got a bunch that are, soft dated for some time this year.
Yeah.
But and some that are kind of iffy on this year. We got Bloodstained, which is the spiritual successor to your Castlevania, your side-scrolling Castlevania games. They released the 8-bit version last year, and the full-on beautiful version is coming out at some point this year. Dying Light 2 is supposed to come out this year on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Ghost of Tsushima on PS4, which looks awesome. That might be coming out this year.
I haven't even looked at seen anything about it. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yes, the next one though.
Metroid Prime 4. I mean, yeah. Nintendo hasn't. They've been radio silent on it since they announced it at E3 last year. Well,
right,
2 years ago now, technically, 2017.
Well, yeah, I guess it was.
So,
man, just that when they showed the at E3, just that little 4, yeah, it's like it was just ridiculous. So many people lost it, and I'm one of them because I love Metroid, and I like the Prime series. Yeah, the Prime set of them.
I've never actually played the Primes, and there's a lot of I listen to a lot of video game podcasts, and people are saying that they're pretty sure that they're going to release remastered 1, 2, and 3 before 4 comes out. So if they do, I will be checking that out.
I could definitely see that. All of them would play amazingly well on the Switch, so I could definitely see them doing that. And that's kind of like a great way to get people into the series. If they do all three of them for like 20 or even $30, I could definitely see that. Yeah, I would say $30 would be very reasonable for all three of the first ones.
I bet you it would probably be 40 to 50.
I know, and that to me is actually pushing it. Like 40 is pushing it. 50 is too much, in my opinion. I don't know. That's a tough one because you got all three games. No, I don't know if it'd be worth it for me.
Yeah. Also, this year Nintendo is, they haven't given a firm date, but I'm gonna guess this one's gonna be around the May time frame. Yoshi's Crafted World, which is the Yoshi Yarn platformer.
Yeah, I could almost guarantee springtime, late spring. I could definitely see for that. They've been showing that for a little while now. Got plenty of gameplay video out there that they've shown.
Yeah, and with Nintendo, they got a large stable of first-party titles, so they've been putting them out every couple months over the last couple years. Every 2 to 3 months. So.
And they don't really have anything big coming out right around there. So yeah.
Exactly. Nothing confirmed, anyways, and they've also got Fire Emblem Three Houses coming out, and this is what I'm excited for because I've never played the Fire Emblem series. I didn't really know much about it until about the last year, and apparently they're pretty good turn-based RTS games. So excited to check those out. Check that one out in particular.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't know anything about Fire Emblem until the characters started showing up on Smash Brothers. And then I was like, oh, that's what they're from. Yeah, it definitely it's one I never got into, never tried, but it definitely could be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Did you see the trailer from? I think it was from E3 last year. Looks really good.
I think I saw. Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good. New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe comes out in 9 days.
It is 9. Oh wow, that's that soon. Okay.
I believe so. I think that's the date I got.
Yeah, and that now I had the Wii U and I played it on there. It is a great game. It really is. Yeah, it would fit well with the Switch. I don't know if I'm going to get it. If I do, it'll be a little later on. Just because, like I said, I had it on the Wii U. But it's definitely a good game. Definitely well worth it. A lot of fun. Very, very much classic Mario style, which a lot of people were wanting a classic style Mario and got Mario Odyssey, which I prefer. I wouldn't say I prefer it, but I like the style of Mario Odyssey. I had a lot of fun with that too, but I would have been perfectly fine with the classic style as well. So
yeah, I thought Odyssey was a fun game. I played through it. I traded it in recently. I'm not the biggest Mario fan, but I do prefer, besides Dr. Mario, which is a game I can play for like 10 hours straight. I prefer the side-scrolling platformers.
Gotcha. So you're a big puzzle gamer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I can do puzzle games if I'm sitting there like watching a movie. That's about it. I can't just have that going and that be the only type of entertainment I have. It just doesn't work for me. Like I'll sit and play Bejeweled or something like that on my phone while watching a movie, but that's about it.
Yeah. Next up, again, no hard date on this yet, but Nintendo has announced that it will be out this year. And my guess is this is going to be a July-August game. Is Daemon X Machina?
I could see that. I could definitely see it in August. This is the thing. It looks really good. Rashawn,
was saying with the Mario that it has the added bonus of Luigi U with it.
Right. Yes, I forgot about that. Which I did not get the Luigi U, and so I forgot about that. I might have to get it just because of that. So yeah, and yeah, the fun for the whole family. Definitely one of those. If you got kids with Nintendo Switch, absolutely need to get it. It's a great game, a lot of fun. That's one of the things I love about the Switch. It has so much variety as far as like the kids games to very adult games, and,
Yep.
and which is really surprising a lot of people because of it being Nintendo. You know, bringing like Doom and Wolfenstein. Yeah, Borderlands 3. We know.
Until that game has been officially announced, it doesn't exist.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, Damon X Machina. That's I've not. No, if I'm not mistaken, there are previous games in the series, right?
I don't think so. I think it's brand new.
Okay, it's based off of an anime, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that.
I mean, there might be anime similar. It's very much a mech versus kaiju type thing. So it's a common trope. But
I could have sworn I had heard of something like it before. I don't know.
I don't think so. As far as I understand, I think it's completely new. I could be mistaken. And sorry, go ahead.
I'm looking it up online just to see, because I love the mech style. Like I was into Mech Warriors and all that when I was younger. And okay, so it's just showing it as a game.
Yep. And if you're into those, there's one that I actually forgot to put on the list, but I've been talking about it really since we started the podcast. Is Left Alive, which comes out on PlayStation and PC on March 5th, and that's made by the creative director from the Armored Core series and the model designer from the Metal Gear series. So that game looks awesome. We got a couple articles up on the ANG website about it.
Well, and you actually kind of missed that whole row there. You got Days Gone coming out in April.
Oh wow, yeah, I did. Oh, yeah, 'cause I
Team
flipped
Sonic.
this over.
Yeah, Days Gone. I don't know. I don't know anything about it, honestly.
The jury's still out on that one. I know it's made by Sony Bend from Bend, Oregon. It's got Sam Witwer from He Did the Voice and the likeness of the Vader's Apprentice and the Force Unleashed games.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll see. It's about zombies and dirt bikes. Team Sonic Racing. It's a racing game with Sonic characters.
Right. It's basically Mario Kart for Sega.
Yep.
I don't know.
Shenmue 3 is coming out at the end of August. Rage 2, you want to talk about this one?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Rage 2 is one of my top games for the year and one of my dad's top games for the year. Yes, I'm this old and my dad is much older than me and still plays video games. He's probably playing either Fallout 76 or Red Dead Redemption 2 right now. But one of his go-tos is Rage, the original Rage. He has beat it. I couldn't tell you how many times. He couldn't tell you how many times he's beaten it. It's 100 at least. And it looks so good. And that'll bring me to one point. Rage, the original one, is on Game Pass right now. Highly recommend it. It's a nice shooter, kind of a wasteland, futuristic wasteland setting, and a lot of cool weapons you get to use, like exploding a crossbow with exploding bolts, things like that. Really cool stuff. And Rage 2 looks just absolutely fantastic, and in my opinion, better than Borderlands. Yes, that's for you, Mac. But it's got racing, like you get these dune buggies and beefed up cars, kind of like the Mad Max style vehicles, and can go around shooting rockets at other vehicles and stuff like that. Just a lot of really cool things to it. I like the artistic style, and you get some really cool powers, basically.
Yep.
So definitely one to check out. Blasphemy. It pretty much does have over 7 bazillion guns. Well, okay, not really, but.
And next up, we got Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which is the platformer that's the Microsoft exclusive. The original, I believe, is on Game Pass right now. So this is the sequel. That's coming out this spring. It's a beautiful platformer, and if you haven't checked out any videos about it, I recommend it. If I'm not sure if it's like they have an exclusive deal with Xbox or it's an Xbox Studio. If it is an Xbox Studio, it will be on Game Pass day one. So
Right.
then we've got Jedi Fallen Order coming out on PS4, Xbox, and PC sometime this year.
I honestly have not even heard about this, and I'm very upset about that.
EA announced it at E3, but I don't think they showed anything. So
Oh, okay. You know what? I think I do remember seeing that. Okay, yeah, because I didn't see anything for it. Okay. Did
Yep.
they say it's coming out this year? Okay.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
Okay.
Doom
I mean,
Eternal's coming out from
Mhm.
Bethesda. That should be fun.
Yep.
A lot of people liked what they did with the last Doom game.
Yeah.
So
Now, have you heard? Are they going to bring that to the Switch
they are, but I don't think it's going to be
this year?
I think it's going to be a couple months after. I think it's going to be this fall. I could be
Okay.
mistaken.
And that's what I was thinking. I was thinking it was still going to be coming out this year for the Switch, but I wasn't 100% sure. But that, yeah, and that's if they can do it well for the Switch, man, that's right there's I can tell everybody that said the Switch just isn't powerful enough, blah blah blah. Well, yeah, forget you because this can play on it. So, but we'll see.
Yeah. No, they I forget the company that ported it. The last one on the Switch. But they do have to do some compromising, but they can get it to run in handheld. So
yeah, 30 frames per second, pretty solidly, just like they did with the previous Doom Eternal, or not Eternal, Doom. Yeah, it was just Doom. Yeah.
Yep. Doom 2016.
Right, and then Wolfenstein, and they got those, and they run very well at 30 frames per second.
Yep.
Without hardly any drops at all, and it's like they can do a lot more with the Switch than people realize.
Yeah, I agree. Code Vein is coming out, and that's from Bandai Namco. That's the action adventure RPG.
I know I've seen something about it, but I can't picture it in my head.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Biomutant is coming out, and that's THQ Nordic game, I believe. This game looks pretty cool. I know I've already requested a review code.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that one looks good.
Yeah, that game looks really good. Dreams, the long-awaited PlayStation game that's made by excuse me, Media Molecule, which I think correct me if I'm wrong, they did the Little Big Planet games.
Oh, yes, okay.
And this is the one where you can make your own game, your own platform, your own music, etc.
Yes, now I know which one that is. Because I've played all the Little Big Planets. I still have Little Big Planet 3.
There is a beta out, I think, or there was last month. They just randomly announced it that hey, it's going to be out tomorrow, and
oh man, I wish I had known that. Yeah, I'll have to check that. I'll see after this. I'll see if it's on there.
I think you had to sign up on a website to get access to the beta. So
well, that stinks. Because the Little Big Planets, they're so much fun. And being able to create your own levels and things like that, and that Dreams, being able to create your own worlds and stuff, that looks good. I definitely one I plan to get.
Yep. And the last one we've got on our list here, and then this is not the only games that are coming out next year. Keep in mind,
right?
Is Ubisoft's pirate game Skull and Bones, which appears to have taken a lot of the ship combat from Assassin's Creed Black Flag and just expanded on it. It looks pretty cool. It's I don't think it's gonna have the co-op element that I like in Sea of Thieves, so I'm cautiously optimistic about it. But yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I didn't know that it was not going to be co-op like that.
I don't know. I don't know. It just from what I've seen, it does not appear so. And again, with Assassin's Creed 4, you aim all the cannons at once, and it shows you the trajectory. So
yeah, and hey, don't get me wrong, that was fun. I liked Black Flag a lot, enjoyed it. But after playing Sea of Thieves, yeah, that'd be. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to go back to playing solo on a ship like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, so that's our upcoming games for 2019. Next, we're going to talk about some of the games on Game Pass.
Which
for
we've already
Xbox.
covered multiple.
Yeah, we covered. Yeah, we have. It's you know, we were so fortunate that we got all those codes gifted to us.
Yeah,
And
whoever
so
toast.
yes, and so a lot of us have Game Pass now. So we want to highlight some of the ones that are on there because it's 100 games, and some of them people may or may not have heard of. And there's a lot of good stuff on there. And if you're just getting an Xbox for the first time, I highly recommend getting the Game Pass for $10 a month. You can't go wrong.
It is awesome. Yeah, very well worth it. Highly recommend it. Definitely, if nothing else, do the trial because you get like a week-long trial. I think it is something like that.
Yep.
So definitely do that. See, they're constantly updating it to adding different games in. It is great.
Yeah, and they just announced 6 new games coming out this month, and there's going to be more. I forget what they were. There's a couple bigger name titles in there.
Awesome.
The first one I want to talk about is Sunset Overdrive, and this is made by Insomniac Games, the people that made Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4. And what's that?
I didn't know that.
Yep.
That it was them that made it.
Yep, and I believe it was a launch game with the Xbox, and it
something like that.
Sell well, but it was critically acclaimed.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I first got the Xbox One, I think it was like the first month I had it, it was one of the games with gold. So I downloaded it. And after a couple months, I decided to give it a try. And it's a fun game. It's beautiful. And a lot of people are going to say I'm making this up, but honest to God, here's the truth. I remember playing it, and it was in a party with my buddy Mike, who convinced me to get the Xbox One. I said, Mike, this would be an awesome Spider-Man game.
Nice.
And lo and behold, about a year later, it was announced, or 6 months later, that these guys were making Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4. So I was immediately sold on that, and that was my game of the year last year, Spider-Man. So it is definitely worth checking out. It's a shorter game, maybe 20 hours, but there's a lot of bizarre and crude and goofy humor in it. It's definitely worth playing.
And that's the thing. That's one of those where it's like every time I think about downloading it, I have something else I want to play more. So I'll definitely have to give it a shot then. It definitely looked really cool. That was one that I've looked at on the Game Pass multiple times, but then every time I look at it, something else pops up on Game Pass or something like that, and so I play it instead.
I highly recommend it, and yeah, it's well worth it. It's a fun game. So.
Nice.
All right. What you've got a couple here on your list you want to talk about. Which one do you want to start with?
Well, I kind of already mentioned Rage. Just letting you know about it being on there, so I won't go back over that again. But I will talk about Ashen. Ashen is a very unique RPG, basically, kind of in the style. Like the artistic style is very unique. I couldn't even think of something that I could compare it to at this point, but kind of blocky, but not like Minecraft blocky.
Yeah.
Very angular, a lot of lines, nothing really rounded. But the gameplay itself, I'm not too far into it yet. But even you mentioned this, kind of has the Dark Souls or Bloodborne style where there's a lot of dodging using a shield, that sort of thing. And if you don't, you will die. I've died multiple times, and this is with like lower level enemies too. One lower level enemy can kill you. But you pick up different weapons, and you can switch between them. You have like javelins you can throw, but it's a very unique game. Definitely worth trying out to see if it's something up your alley. But I think, in my opinion, it's going to only have a niche group of people that really like it. I'm enjoying what I've played, but it's not something I can sit and play for hours on end.
Right on. Yeah, I have it downloaded. I haven't played it yet. So it's on my list.
definitely one that some people will absolutely love it. But you got to figure out if that's you or not, really. So, and if it's on Game Pass, might as well.
Yeah. One game that I've talked about earlier, and that is rapidly becoming one of my all-time favorite co-op games, and that's on Game Pass, is Sea of Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot express how much I really enjoy this game. It's a blast.
Well, and then you and your friend, got me into your group there, and we, us three sailing out doing. I mean, shoot, what was it like? Almost 4 hours we would play.
Oh yeah. We did the seasonal event voyage.
Yeah, and it was awesome. Had so much fun. We didn't have now. One thing I've done in the past when I was playing it before was I like doing sea battles with like actual other players. I find that to be a lot of fun. But when you're in the middle of a voyage, then not so much, because it causes issues.
Yeah.
But yes, absolutely a fun game.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was like, I wanted to see. I knew they made a limited edition controller, and I checked on Amazon today because these things are awesome. They light up and they're glow in the dark. They're going for $250 right now, and I just buy that for a controller.
For a single like Xbox controller?
Yeah.
Wow.
The thing, I'll message you a link to what they look like. I mean, they look awesome. But
hey Andrew, we're talking about Sea of Thieves right now. So yeah, we're in the middle of talking about the some of the games that are on Game Pass.
Yep.
Sea of Thieves is, as George says, quickly becoming one of his favorite games
of all time. Favorite co-op games of all time.
There you go.
So when I'm at work, all I think about is wanting to come home and play Sea of Thieves. So yeah. All right. You got a couple more you want to talk about?
Yeah. Well, and kind of going off of one of the upcoming games, the Devil May Cry 5, they do currently have Devil May Cry 4 and the DMC Definitive Edition on Game Pass, both of them. Now, the Devil May Cry 4 is more like the first three, like it's the numbered series, and then the DMC Definitive Edition is an offshoot. So kind of think of like in the Fallout series, you had Fallout 3 and then Fallout New Vegas, and then you have Fallout 4 and now Fallout 76, kind of along those same type of lines. It's just, it doesn't quite match up with the 1 through 4, but it's still a lot of fun. But definitely Devil May Cry 4, amazing game. Same with all of the Devil May Cries, honestly, and they're both on there. And if you're not sure, you got Devil May Cry 5 coming out, and you're not sure if you want it or not, check out Devil May Cry 4, and that'll really give you a clue whether you want it or not.
Right on. So I found the Major Nelson article where I mentioned they announced new games coming out to Game Pass this month. So here's what we've got. You've got Life is Strange just got added there at the end of December, all 5 seasons, and Before the Storm, which was the shorter one, episodes 1 through 3. Tomorrow you've got Life is Strange 2 Part 1, which I believe that was nominated for some places Game of the Year.
Yeah, it was supposed to have like some amazing storyline and stuff. I've never played any of them.
Yep, so. and he's Major Nelson says experience the first episode with Xbox Game Pass. Plus, look out for episodes 2 through 5 coming to Xbox Game Pass soon. So it sounds like the whole thing's going to be out there this year as it comes out or shortly thereafter. The big one that's coming tomorrow is Ark Survival Evolved.
Oh, you're serious? That's coming to it?
Yep, tomorrow.
Oh, nice. I've been wanting to play it, and I just couldn't justify buying it right now.
Yep, well,
so awesome.
You should, honestly, probably in the next hour or two, you can probably actually queue it up to download.
Nice. I'll have to do that. I've heard so many good things, and like I have many friends that have played it, and I know a lot of the A&G Guild. I've seen many people talking about it. Yep. So I'll definitely have to try that out.
Yep. Tomorrow you also have Farming Simulator 17. I know it's or 2 years ago it's their version, but it's a farming game, and they make those games every year.
Yeah, didn't they just come out with 19?
18.
Well,
I
no,
think
I think
for the
somebody
90s.
was just talking about Farming Simulation 19.
You could be completely right. I don't know.
I just saw it. It was a post on the AMG site on Facebook. Somebody was talking about how their significant other or something got them it, and they were truly surprised at how good it was. How much they sunk like 3 hours and did only a couple things or something like that. And I just thought it was pretty cool. It's like I've played some of those like mobile, like farming. I can't remember what it's called, a Farmville. That
Yeah.
and they're fun and everything, but to have a full farming simulation, it's interesting. It's like, do you literally go out there and milk the cows, plow the field? I mean, what all does it entail? Because I grew up around farms, so there's a lot to it. So it could have some interesting stuff there. I just wonder how engrossing it really could be. I don't know. It's interesting to me
Yeah.
that they do that.
Yeah.
But
And then Absolver comes out next week. That's a martial arts game. On the
That
10th, you have Just Cause 3.
sorry, Absolver. That one I tried to play and I could not figure it out to save my life. I got into a little bit, but that was the same artistic style that Ashen has in a lot of ways. Very angular, very sharp, a lot of lines. Kind of a blank face for the main character. So but it was fun. I just couldn't get into it. I just didn't want to spend enough time figuring it out. I got a stupid fly flying around me. Sorry, but anyways,
That's
yeah.
right.
And what was the other one?
Just Cause 3.
Oh yeah, nice.
And then that and Aftercharge are coming out on the 10th. So
I don't remember Aftercharge.
it's
Okay,
a bit like a cat and mouse game, but in space and with invisible robots and no cats. So
why'd they have to say no cats?
well, because they said it's a cat and mouse game. So
Oh well, okay, yeah. But yeah, the Just Cause 3. I never did play it, but I'll definitely have to give that a shot. I've played one or two. I can't remember which. I only played one of them for a little while and liked it, but definitely want to try out 3.
yeah. All right. We got some video game news. So on the 21st of December for Marvel's Spider-Man and PS4, the Sam Raimi suit was added after there was a lot of criticism. Now, the criticism is not the reason that Insomniac put it in there. I'm sure it took months to develop and make sure it worked with everything. And they were trying to, there's probably legal issues legal hoops they had to jump through to get it on there. But there's a lot of people in the gaming community, especially on Twitter, that were just bashing Insomniac and saying, you need to listen to us. And Insomniac saying, we are listening. But that's just because you're saying to do something doesn't mean we're going to do it. And I think, there's a lot of people, a lot of gamers that really were being jerks about it. And they got to understand that, these people are going to do what they're going to do. And they're going to listen to criticisms and ideas. But if it doesn't fit their business model, they're not going to do it. So
it's the what's the term for those few people within a group that are constantly the loudest in most.
The squeaky wheel gets all the attention.
Right. Or but yeah, it's like, and thankfully, especially when you look at the Alpha Nerds Guild, obviously these are some really great people that love the game. And they're not just, the majority of them aren't going to go out and just bash a game and tell, some developer they're being stupid, for something like that. But there are those few. And it's always those critics, those negative ones that are the most the loudest.
Yep.
And it's a shame. It's like they get the most fame because they're, for whatever reason, it works.
Yep. And a lot of people were from the tweets I saw were saying that they were never going to buy a game from an Insomniac again, and they ruined Spider-Man. And they said, "All right, listen, you probably these same people, if they even played the game, beat it months ago, and they thought it was
Mhm.
great. So, not having the Sam Raimi suit in there is not ruining the game. So,
I
pump
mean,
your brakes."
that's like, I mean, Fallout 76 got a lot of negative reviews, and there are a lot of issues, but there are still a lot of people that like it.
Yeah.
But you're not going to hear much about the people that like it because that's not news. What's
Well,
news are all the people that are out there yelling at Bethesda saying they're never going to buy a Bethesda game again because of this and blah blah blah. Yeah, and it's the same. There was another one that No Man's Sky was
yep.
another one, which has turned things around. Unfortunately, they took too long to get things turned around and lost their player base.
The big differences though between Spider-Man and those games is Spider-Man did both critically and
Right.
sales-wise did very well, and a lot of people were really impressed with it. People were some outlets I saw gave it Game of the Year. So
No, yeah.
again, it's these petulant little twerps
Yeah.
that were just bashing Insomniac because they didn't have the Sam Raimi Spider-Man suit in there.
Yeah, you didn't give me exactly what I wanted, so I'm throwing a tantrum.
Yeah, and when it got announced, a lot of them felt vindicated and justified and like, see, this is what we can do. This is, we just have to put pressure on the devs and they'll do what we want. And that has me worried.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I'm sorry if there is something fundamentally wrong with the game, like you know what, Fallout 76 had some huge glitches that made the game very bad at first.
Yep.
And so yes, at that point in time, voice tell them this is screwed up. You need to fix this, or we can't play the game. That's one thing. But then to say, hey, I wanted this extra bit in the game, and you didn't
This
put
cosmetic item.
right, that you ruined the game for me. That's just stupid. I'm sorry.
Yep. I agree. And like I said, I've played all the DLC. I played with that suit. It has no gameplay value whatsoever. So some of the other suits, the suits you unlock during the main game, they all have suit abilities where they give you different special powers.
Nice.
So this one doesn't. None of the DLC ones do. So
yeah, it's funny. I paused Spider-Man: Homecoming to do the podcast.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love Spider-Man, but he's still not my favorite Marvel character though.
He definitely is mine, and
I'm a Thor fan. I actually was going to wear my Thor shirt and forgot. But that's all right. I love Skillet too. So
yeah. Let's see. We've already talked about new Super Mario Brothers coming out. Devil May Cry 5. You want to give that another plug for the demo?
Yeah, just remember, go onto Xbox, and you'll have to either search for it or go. I think they might have, or they did have, like, it was a featured, thing at one point. But yeah, definitely do Devil May Cry, and it should pop right up with the demo.
Yep.
So, and it's good, and for free you get to play 10-15 minutes of a really good game. It sucks because then you're like, I want to play more, and I can't until it comes out, and I'm like, I want to play it. So I might have to re-download Devil May Cry 4 and play it again.
Well, it's on Game Pass, so.
Although I have so many games, like I said, I just bought Red Dead Redemption 2, so I'll be playing that for a while.
Yeah. For upcoming events, we've got the Black Ops tournament. Black Ops 4 tournament's will be coming up soon, so keep an eye out for that. We'll keep everyone informed as there's more news on that.
Still no set date or anything like that, correct?
As far as I know, no, there is not. We've got the Friday night, the weekly
Friday
recap
night.
on Friday nights, and Friday Night Free for All coming up this Friday, every Friday.
Yep.
You can find them right here on the Alpha Nerds Guild Facebook group. And the streamer of the month is Katarian, I think is how you say that.
Well, he was December's.
We haven't announced January's yet.
Okay. All
So
right.
that will be announced with the Alpha Nerds Guild newsletter, which comes out usually around the middle of the month. So keep an eye out for that as well. If
Oh,
you
that's
don't
right.
already have that, go to the alphanerdsguild.com website. Once you go to the website, you will get a pop-up to sign up for it. Enter your information in there, and you will get it.
Yeah, and definitely check out John Burke's Twitch and stuff like that as well. We just had a great night New Year's Eve playing some Jackbox Party Pack on his Twitch, so definitely like all his stuff.
Yep. So I don't know. I don't got anything else I want to talk about. What about you?
Not really. Just hey, Happy New Year, everybody. I know
Oh yeah,
it's
Happy New Year.
a day after, but still, this is the first podcast of the new year. And for one thing, I just want to say thank you all for tuning in. This is all, we're all still growing as a community, but so far, just so many things that the Alpha Nerd community Alpha Nerd Guild community has done is amazing. The what was the final count of families for Christmas? I mean, it was I
Was it
wanted
118? I don't remember the exact number.
I didn't even know. I was thinking like 36, but hey,
I don't know.
I don't know, but it was a ton of families that, because of you guys, the viewers, all you Alpha Nerd Guildies, donating and all that, putting time in, we were able to provide these families with a Christmas, that otherwise they wouldn't really had. And Thanksgiving, families were given meals and so many. I mean, quite a few people, that could benefit from it have now received these consoles, and it's all because of you guys. So I just wanted to thank you all for being a part of the community. So please, and for those of you that haven't checked it out, go to alphanerdsguild.com, check out the website. You'll find, and we have a blog with all sorts of different game reviews, articles about all
movies,
sorts,
comic books, anything nerd related. And both Daniel and I are writers for it.
Yep,
we put video game news as we can up there. Press releases. We write reviews, like you said. We write impressions. We talk about all sorts of stuff on there. Yeah,
hobbies and just anything really. It's pretty interesting, all the different stuff that comes out. So yeah, definitely a lot of fun, and that's also the place to go to donate.
Yep, and I'll also go to there's the streamers page on Facebook. Go check them out. There's a lot of people streaming out there, having a good time. I'd love to have you join them on Twitch. So
yep, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a great community. So keep up the good work, everyone.
Yeah.
And let's have an awesome 2019.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Thank you so much again.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it. It means a lot to us. So have a good night. Live long and prosper.